Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to Upper St. Clair High School for this final home game of the season for the St. Clair boys. They're going to play the Shaler, what's the nickname, Hank?
I don't know what Shaler is.
Oh boy, uh-oh, unprepared, we're in trouble. This is Hank Brown along with Hank Chesko. We've had our challenges this year with the equipment. We're hoping. Exactly. We have Mike White, who's come out of retirement for a stint here this evening. He's trying to help us out, but we've had some problems with the mics were not working once or twice, and one night the guy didn't show up.
Doesn't show up, but we'll get through, and hopefully our fan base out there is sticking with us through thick and thin. And unfortunately, this is our last home game of the season, so this could be the last time that the Hank and Hank show gets to broadcast and tape together.
And the shame of it is that the nights that we've had the broadcast problems, those were our best nights. We've done a tremendous job on those nights. Darn, I'm sorry you had to miss those.
At any rate, Hank, Shaler comes into the game with a 15-9 record, 6-4 in their conference. But don't be misled by that record. They lost to Bethel Park by 2, 45-43 earlier in the season, and the Shar Valley 46-43. So they're not a team that can be taken lightly.
They have lost to Fox Chapel twice, I think you said.
That's right. So those are teams that we've beaten, but we've also been beaten by.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't expect close games.
That's great research, Hank. Let's wait for the announcements, and we'll be back.
Featuring the Titans of Shaler Area High School and your Upper St. Clair Panthers. Now the starting lineup for the visiting Titans. Number 15, Ed Sauer.
He's a 6-foot senior guard.
Number 21, Matt Davis.
Matt's a 6'3 senior. I think you'll see, Hank, that they actually start 5
Number 31,
seniors.
Oh, interesting.
He's a 6'2 senior. A little on the slim
Number
side.
40, Derek McQuaid.
Derek is listed as 6'7 in the program.
And number 44, Rich Miller. The Titans are coached by Howie Rupert.
Rich is a 6'5 senior, so they got 6'5", 6'7 across the front line. We'll see how we match up with our shorter team.
And both 6'5" and 6'7" look like they're very long arms.
Yes.
Not real big kids, but so maybe
Dane's
going to do some pushing and shoving.
Dane and Adam will have to do some banging underneath.
At guard, the 6-foot junior, number 4, Dave McLean.
Dave's really stepped up nicely since Steve has been hurt. He's had the green light on his break all season.
Number 14.
He's got a very smooth shot from the outside. Christian had a great game the other night, I understand. He had 17 against Mount Lebanon.
Freshman that started all but about 2 or 3 games when he was hurt.
And Pat
That's
McShane.
the Iron Man. Pat may have been out 2 or 3 minutes all season.
The 6'2 junior, number 30, Nick Shea.
Great to see Nick Shea get a start tonight.
And at forward, the 6'1 junior, number 23, Dane Conwell. The Panthers are coached by Dane.
Dane's had some nice games. He's very versatile as he can play underneath, but he'll also be out running the breaks.
Very dangerous against another big guy.
And Todd Tomczyk.
What we've seen Dane do against bigger opponents this year is because he will face up against a 6'5", 6'6". He's usually quicker than the big man he lines
Take him
up
to the
against.
hoop.
Yep. We'll see if we can do that tonight. Needless to say, we have a sparse crowd here tonight, Hank.
Yeah, it's kind of disappointing, but I guess not a total surprise. It's a weeknight, and Upper St. Clair students are at home studying away.
All the juniors and freshmen are home getting their night's sleep. They'll be taking PSSAs tomorrow.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, your son's a sophomore, right?
That's correct.
There you go.
He's probably home studying anyway, though. Great student.
But the other thing is, it is a non-section game.
Correct.
Interest starts to wane.
Just the only thing is, the last home game, you'd like to see a nice crowd.
They did have a big crowd at Mount Lebanon on.
Oh, I can imagine. You said you didn't get to go to that
No,
game.
I didn't get to go, but apparently the student section wore Mount Lebanon colors to the game. And then as the teams were being introduced, ripped off the Lebo colors to show the St. Clair colors underneath.
Not a bad drive. Shot missed by on the floor. And good recovery.
Well, the nice part of that play was that he didn't put his feet down and walk with it.
Right. And there's a good battle for the rebound and a jump ball, and it'll go to St. Clair since the initial jump went to Shaler.
McLean had done his turtle imitation there, keeping his feet up off the ground, loading on his back.
Until you establish a pivot foot, there is no chance you can walk. So, and Dave McLean wastes no time, banging in the three from
3-point basket by number 4, Dave McLean.
They can't leave him open like that.
That is a smooth shot. Matt Davis with the ball, over to Ed Sauer, down to, didn't see who made that shot.
Number 31, Craig DeVinny.
Craig DeVinny.
I'm sure that's a good matchup for us with Christian on their 6'5" senior.
Oh, that's a good point.
He gets away a little bit high. I know he plays taller than his 5'11".
Nice give and go. Just missed by Dave McLean.
Somebody has to guard him.
Okay, Ed Sauer goes to Matt Davis, back to Ed Sauer. Attempted a backdoor, good defense. Nick Shea playing tough. Dave McLean, that's a dribble, okay. Nick back out on top, good cut. And another miss.
They've got a few inches at just about every spot with the exception of McLean.
And they have missed 2 easy buckets so far.
He didn't see the man coming from behind.
Kind of got lucky on that one, I think,
Yeah,
on that
so.
call. But good to see Nick ready to shoot it up, be in that shooting position, ready to
Also
go.
number 15, Ed Sauer, his team first. At the line is number 30, Nick Shea.
First foul on Sauer. And Nick looks good on that. Maybe just short-armed it a little bit. Nice rotation. There you go.
You can tell as soon as he released it.
Yep. Sauer with the ball. Into McQuaid. McQuaid turn around, misses. Back out. Back to McQuaid.
I wonder if Dave's ever covered a 6'7" man before.
And just missed. And out of bounds off of Shaler, off of Matt Davis.
If he had any kind of low post moves, he should be able to take.
Yeah, these guys. Yeah, these guys have opportunity to score, and they are just they're missing those opportunities. I think St. Clair traditionally plays pretty tough defense, but Shaler's getting some pretty easy shots. Christian over to Dave. Dave into Dane. Dane from the foul line just misses. Shaler players are all over the place. There was no chance for a St. Clair Panther to come in and get a rebound there. St. Clair winning 4-3 right now with 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. And Ed Sauer takes a three, misses. Good rebound, Christian. And a dish out, and no hesitation there.
Again, I'm not sure I like that shot if I'm the Shaler coach.
Yeah.
You never like a 3 when it's a brick, but I'm
That's
not
right.
sure I liked it even if it went in.
Well, I'm guessing that's a guy that shouldn't take that shot. That looked like their point guard that took that, right? That's Sauer?
Yeah, but he had no one underneath to get it.
Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah. Okay,
Took
there's
it pretty quick, didn't even look, again, you go, if you look 6'3", 6'5", 6'7", across that front line, I think you have to look inside first, but they haven't got anything in there, so you might as well kick it back out.
St. Clair being very patient, looking for an opening, see if they can take somebody to the hoop. Nice dish. And should have been and one.
Number 23, Dave Conwell.
There's a nice play by McShane. The good drive and dish and good timing. Cut to the hoop by Dane. That's showing that they know each other really well, and they saw that develop. Good defense, Nick. Dave playing tough D. Ooh, had maybe an opportunity there. Pat trailing it. Dave dishing to the Christian's man, and he shoots over top. And you're right, that is a mismatch.
Basketball number 21, Matt Davis.
Kind of think maybe I'd have Nick maybe guarding the big guy low. Well, they're going to bring Adam in.
I think they got caught in a switch there, because that's actually not even a real big guy. That's
okay.
a big, strong guy.
Okay.
Versus the big, really tall 6'7".
Okay. Pat looks to drive again, and he gets it swatted.
You know, at the end of the day, you know, you've got Nick, Pat, and Dave that are all really, really guards. And,
right.
You know,
right.
And maybe in Nick's or in Christian's case, a guard, forward in a guard's body, but.
It reminds me a little bit of Mount Lebanon, because Mount Lebanon has just enough 6'4", 6'5" guys to give us a fit.
Yeah. Well, now they brought Adam in, you know.
Right. See what happens, and it looks like Shaler made a switch too. They went a little bit smaller, maybe. Over to Adam. Adam looking inside. Gives it to Nick. Nick back to Christian outside.
3-point basketball
I think
number
you'll
14,
see Adam
Christian
pick up.
Shaler.
I thought he was going to pick up Davis, but it looks like he's picking up Sitterington.
There's a nice shot from the top of the key by Christian. Banged into 3. St. Clair winning 9-5. 2.5 minutes to play. A bad shot by Shaler. A good rebound by Adam.
Nice box out. That rebound 9 times out of 10 will go long from that spot.
Correct.
That's the kind of shot you'd like to start, that fast break that you like so much.
I know.
The long rebound, the break. You know, they take that long shot, they have no one crashing the boards on that team. I don't understand.
Yeah, Dane drives to his.
Nice.
Oh, very nice.
Basketball number 23.
That's his second basket.
Great finish by Dane on that one. Dane coming way out. Good D, good D. Petromas took Adam in. Good recovery. Dane, good stop. And a wild shot after he makes a nice move to get by Dave McClain.
Numbers here.
There's Pat, and he sees his three-point shooter right away available, and Christian missed that one.
Hank, because that's something you wouldn't have seen when you and I were playing, where you run a fast break to take a three-pointer. But you'll see that very popular at the college level, where you run the break and you kick it back.
Yeah,
out
look
to
for the
get
three-pointer.
Yeah. Well, they get the open three-pointer.
Right.
But if you or I took that shot when we were playing, you'd be out. Because there was no three. That's back when there was no three-point line.
Well, I have to admit, Hank, any shot that I would have taken, I would have been out. Oh, a nice move. Nice little stop. He had Pat McShane left him in the dust on that one. 11-7. Craig DeVinny with the nice shot there.
5 points for DeVinny.
He's quicker than he looks.
Paul Schenko checked in while we were chatting.
I meant to mention that. Thank you. And a little double from the back. Oh boy, good recovery.
Yeah, that was a nice sneaky little double.
And Pat's going to take a shot for the top of the key. And
for 3.
Yep, it looked to me like he might have stepped on there, but referee was right there. And I think Pat has been asked to shoot that shot more. They were giving him that shot throughout the year. He was not taking it unselfishly. He would look to drive more so than anything else. And last couple games, he has definitely looked to shoot quicker.
I think the early scouting report had him, driving, looking for penetration, so they were sloughing off, right? And that's what you have to do. You got to give what they take you sometimes to make them honor the drive.
And he's got to be ready for playoffs. He cannot afford to just be driving to penetrate. Now there's 8 seconds left. Dishes off to Adam, off Adam's foot. 4.8 seconds to go.
He took his eye off the ball for a half second as he was starting to pull up for his.
Not bad D by Shaler either. I think they did a nice job anticipating that pass. Oh, Pat tries to tap it away from the backside, and 14-7, Hank, after the first quarter.
Well, I think things went pretty much as we expected. We needed to take threes. We did drop a couple of threes, 3 threes down actually. And that's what you will do against a bigger opponent. Pull them out, make them come out to get you, and then, as we saw Pat drive around. Earlier today, Hank, in the JV game, Brad Midgley finished up the season with the JV squad against Shaler, 61-39. So congrats out to that team. It was only a 4-point game at the half, but they blew it open in the third quarter, outscoring Shaler 22-5 in the third quarter.
I wondered what happened because I walked in at the beginning of the fourth quarter and we were up 20 points.
So it went from a tightly contested game in the first half to we just couldn't miss. We dropped 3 threes in a row, and we just got our shooting. We started making shots in the third quarter, and next thing you know, it went from a close game to a blowout.
Well, plus what I noticed in that last quarter, Hank, is that Shaler, if they were going to score at all, it was a long outside shot. We just really played great tight defense. There was no penetration at all. And it was one and done, too. There was no opportunity for a second shot. So we have Tommy and Pat, Adam, Dane, and Dave. And they're playing pretty tight D on Dave. They're trying to deny him the ball completely, it looks like. Doing a nice job. Putting a lot of pressure on him when he does get the ball. Over to Adam. Back to Tommy. Pat to Dave. Shaler has gone to a zone. That was a forced pass, and
yeah, he flashed open, but he was just a half second too late getting it there. But again, against his zone, that interior pass is very, very good.
I like the idea of the interior pass against it, but you got to be timed right, and they were standing right next to each other. That wasn't probably the right play, but right idea. Now, see, when he stops his dribble out there, I'd like to see Dane all over him. Oh, good follow. Somebody didn't box out on that one. Tommy was the closest to him. I don't want to blame it on Tommy, but somebody didn't box out there. Got to keep the big guys off the boards.
I always like boxing out skinny guys too.
Oh yeah, I'll bet. Taller, skinny guys. Adam. Okay, they're back into a man. Tommy with the ball.
Looks like they're back into the man.
Right. Dane looks like he can take it. I think nice follow, Adam.
Basket number 24, Adam Anderson.
We said it before, Adam, out of the entire Panther team, would say Adam probably goes to the hoop as well as anyone for the follow, the rebounding, has a nose for the ball. Pat with a nice rebound, and he's pushing. I like the push. Adam gets a shot at a 3. A great follow. Here we go again. Yep.
Lefty.
Good try.
Oh.
That's good work. Good work by Adam. Where was the rest of the Panther team when Adam was in there following that shot, I wonder?
Probably a good no call there, too. There's a lot of contact underneath, but let him.
Oh, yeah, no, I think it was fine. It was good work. It was close to a jump ball. I think they said Adam stepped on the line. 6 minutes to play. St. Clair up 16-9. Pat, tough pressure.
Yeah, I think you were right, though. Davini is quicker than he looks. I think he surprised Pat with his move to the baseline. And
10, Pat McShane, his first team
Christian's
first.
back in for Tommy after a short rest. Another missed shot. Oh, that's interesting. They called that one on Dane.
I saw him slap at the ball. Did he get a hand on it?
And
Pushed against the ball. I didn't see that.
I think with his left hand he might have grabbed the guy, and he didn't really argue a whole lot. Didn't look that surprised. Almost just surprised he got caught. There's Cartier in the game for Adam. Plays pretty good defense, stopping the penetration. Dave. Cartier is working hard. This is what you like to see, that kind of defense. Hands moving like crazy. That really steps up the pressure. Good job. Like to see Dane move a little bit more. He's pretty stagnant on that defense. Cartier all over the place. Great hustle. Long passes.
Yeah, every three they've taken, they've been long.
Well, you know, you can't always tell when you see a team warming up before the game, but they were the ugliest outside shooters I have ever seen. Just terrible. And look at the form that they have. They're better off taking it to the hoop. And Dane grabbed him on the way through.
He got beat on the dribble and grabbed him from behind. Did he get him on the floor, or is he going to be shooting?
Yeah, no, you got him on the floor, yeah.
Second, team third.
And Adam back in the game for Dane. Dane just looks flat tonight. I know there's a flu bug going around the school. Good hustle, Pat. Good awareness, Adam. Dave pushing it. I love to see him push. I love it. Nice hustle, Pat. Or Christian, I'm sorry. Good hustle on the rebound.
I guess you call that a rebound. It barely hit the rim, but I guess it's a rebound.
Oh, yeah. If it was a shot, it was a rebound. Dave looking to penetrate. He gets pushed. Yeah.
Oh, another push.
Yeah. And a good follow, Cartier. Another missed shot, Dave. And also good battle. If we get this many shots every time to their one, we're going to be okay. Good penetration. Oh, in and out. That ball was in. And Pat pushing it.
By himself.
Way out to Dave. Over to Christian. Over to Adam. Adam going to look to penetrate. Yep, gets called for walking. And Taylor Everett in the game for Dave.
Going for a little size.
And Cartier will.
I think we've been stuck on 16-9 here for a while, haven't we?
Yeah, it's not a whole lot going on right now, scoring-wise. Good D, Cartier. Boy, you like to see somebody in somebody's face. Good D by Pat.
If he doesn't walk there, I think Pat's poked him in the eye, but the walk is before the poke.
Right.
So the walk trumps the poke.
Good call. Let's see if we can make something happen here. Shaler playing some pretty good D. And making it tough to penetrate. Taylor, nice dish. Nice dish to Cartier. And bang from the side.
Mike has that nice mid-range jumper, which is always a tough shot, that 12 or 13, that in-between shot.
Well, nobody practices it anymore. They either practice layups or three-pointers. He gets called for a push there, playing tight defense. You like to see that, though. He's really bothering that guy.
We only have 4 fouls in the half, so.
Yep. 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go. St. Clair is up 18-9. That's the first on Cartier. Rich Miller over to McQuaid. Over to Sauer. Over to Wikowski. And that'll be over and back.
Yeah, I'm really surprised, Hank, at these big guys from Shaler. They're just content to take the three-pointer and not work.
Yeah, and for seniors too, you wouldn't think they'd be so hesitant.
Because they're not even. I don't think they've even smelled the basket on any of those threes. I think maybe they've made 1 3.
And Pat's looking for another three.
Shoulders were square.
Very nice.
3-point basket for number 10, Pat McShane.
That's his second three in the evening.
Yeah, I think it's great that he's decided to take some of those perimeter shots. Really going to open up the defense even more. Well, he didn't go for the fake that time. That was nice. That guy has a nice quick move.
And that's something he's done on all his shots tonight, is he has gotten the shoulders square.
Mm-hmm. And Taylor up in his face. Good job. Over to Sauer, over to Wikowski, or Davini. Excuse me.
Really struggling right now on offense.
Yep, tough D. Not letting him go anywhere and get called for a walk.
He couldn't decide what to do.
Yeah, the other thing about a lineup as tall as these guys, and they're not slow. They're pretty quick. They play some pretty decent man-to-man defense. You know, a 1-3-1 would be something you'd think about with putting big, long-armed guys on the sides. Pat tries to drive. Taylor knocks it out of bounds. Good follow by Taylor. Couldn't quite get a hand on it.
The zone can be effective, but if you don't work on it and practice it,
oh yeah,
you can get ripped to shreds.
Sure. (21-9). St. Clair in the lead with 1.5 minutes to play. There's a good move. They just cannot finish. And I don't think they're getting fouled, Hank.
No, but there's just that extra little shove away so that he couldn't, he can't get his momentum going towards the basket.
Oh, jeez. You're 6'7". You got to make that shot, or however tall that guy is.
He was still going away from the basket as he came around. But he never got his momentum. He never got his weight moving back to the basket.
He's got to turn and explode with some power towards the hoop. Christian with the ball over to Adam. Back to Mike. Looking to drive. Good defense. They sag nicely too, Hank. I have to point that out. We haven't had too many real nice drives down the middle. We're really scoring on our outside shots. Dane has made a couple layups, but that's about it. I think Adam had that one follow.
Everything else has been from outside.
20 seconds to go in the first half. Pat's going to try to do a spin around. He goes to Adam. Adam with the outside shot. Just missed. Ooh, Christian over the back, but no foul. Good no call. 10 seconds to play.
And a good time to get aggressive, too.
Yeah, great point. Oh, they launch another bomber. And that one's going to go to Taylor, and Taylor's going to get a score here.
All right,
Very nice.
31, Taylor.
Going to count that one.
St. Clair 23, Shaler area 9.
Well, the two-handed layup, I know the two-handed set shot went out a long time ago, but Taylor's bringing back the two-handed layup.
That was a good recovery. Got caught pretty low underneath, and he's still. That's right.
You're right. He was a little deep. He had a very, very nice recovery to get that off.
Well, it'll seem like a flash to you. It's about 10 minutes for us. We'll be back for the second half. Well, this is Hank Brown and Hank Chesko back for the second half of this matchup between Upper St. Clair and Shaler. Last home game of the year for St. Clair. And we've just got an interesting statistic here, Hank. You want to talk about it?
Sure. Going into this game, Coach Danny Holzer has 199 victories. So a victory tonight will put him at the 200 mark. A nice accomplishment for him in his career here at St. Clair. And it'd be sort of fitting that both him and Coach Render got his 300th win in football this year, and Coach Holzer could have his 200th here tonight.
Wow, that's fantastic. Great. Really don't know exactly how many years Coach Holzer has been here. We're thinking 9-ish, 10-ish.
Yeah, something in that range. But again, we hope he gets 400 here.
That's right.
Best wishes to.
Congratulations, Danny. And looks like he's going to be overconfident here. He's got a 14-point lead in the first half, 23-9. Shaler's only scored 9 points.
That's an abysmal first half, and that you can credit some of that to defense, but some of that is also just poor shooting, poor shot selection, some impatience. We don't need much time to recap their scoring. Vinny has 5, Davis has 2, and Miller has 2.
Oh my goodness!
3 guys scored. Nobody scored more than 2 baskets on their team.
Wow.
Conwell had 4. McShane dropped a couple of threes. McLean and Christian both dropped a couple of threes. They both dropped a 3 each. Shea had 1 free throw.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and then Anderson, Cartier, and Everett all had 1 basket. So some very balanced scoring for the Panthers. But again, we only had 23 points. That's not an exception.
I was just going to say the same thing. Let's don't be over-impressed with 23. I didn't think there was a 50-50 night, and there was. I looked for it on the way in.
Can claim their money out the hallway.
The winner of this 50-50 is going to get a good $10 or $15. I can tell you that.
I don't know what what Coach Rupert told the Shaler area team, but I think they've got to try to inside a little.
Oh, they've got to finish inside too. Now Dane comes out real aggressive. I'm glad to see that. He was just standing flat-footed on the. There you go. Good rebound. No, if that's the strategy, that's what they did.
You know, Dane can come out on that guy because he knows he's quicker than him. He knows he's not going to beat him off the dribble. So even though he might not be a threat to make that shot, he can come out there, pressure him, and not let him get a clean pass off.
Correct. Ooh, got called for a walk there.
Little indecision. He couldn't decide to pass it to the corner or
There's some confusion there.
Or drive, and he got caught in between. And
Yeah.
got caught.
Yep.
David did a nice job of denying the passing lane.
Good pressure defense, and Pat slaps one away and can't quite get it. Almost snuck in there for it. We have the same starting five out there that started the ball game. There's Nick Shea, Pat McShane, Dave McLean, Christian Shea, and Dane Conwell.
I try to get the ball to Davis right now. He's just too big and strong for Nick or for Christian.
That was a good-looking shot by Matt Davis.
Basket by number 21, Matt Davis.
And Shaler's going to try to put a little pressure on. 23-11, 6.5 minutes to play.
I think Dave's going to heat up in the second half. He made it 3 early, but I think he's going to see him light it up here in the second half.
I have to point out, Hank, I love this lineup. Dane, McLean, McShane, Shea. Is that great?
Could be the Irish national team.
There's Pat with the ball. Christian setting picks, going back and forth. Nothing much happening. Dane, gets it slapped away. And almost gets called for foul number 3. Yeah, he doesn't get too many blocked, does he?
Makes a nice defensive play, and then you turn it over. Boy, that's the kind of thing that'll drive you crazy.
Isn't that the truth? Wild pass.
You need stops to come back and get back into the game. You get the stop, and you throw it away.
So true. Good call. Good point. Look, there's not much movement. I just think that everyone should be moving a little bit at least. And Dane's getting a lot of pressure there too. They're coming way out. A little different Shaler team than we saw before. It looks like they came to play the second half. Good defense. They move their feet nicely. They're tough to drive on, Hank. I haven't seen too much. We pointed out before.
I'm not sure I saw the walk on that play, but it really doesn't matter what I saw.
Well, you know my feeling. We don't see enough walking calls around the league. There's a lot of that. Now Dane does a nice job on that jump stop.
Yeah, I thought it was a legal move.
Yeah, it didn't look too bad from here. And Dane sits right away.
One basket between the two teams in the first 3 minutes of this half.
Yep. And Shaler's also crashing the boards this half, and there's a opportunity for a traditional three-point play.
Again, that first shot on that first offensive rebound, you have your 6'5" guy. He's got possession. He throws up a shot that doesn't even hit the rim.
Right.
Got to close. I think, as you said, they're just not closing.
Well, I think they've got the right idea. They put their big guys under the hoop when a shot goes up. That's one thing. It's got some full court pressure. Not a whole lot of it, but just give Pat a little something to worry about.
In Shaler's credit, they've only scored 13 points through 2.5 quarters, and they're only down by 10 points.
Good point, and Nick gets it stolen. And we've got ourselves a problem here. And Nick gets called for the foul. 23-13. Now they did miss that foul shot, the last foul shot that they took, and now they're going to go to the line for 2 more.
His first, team second. At the line is number 31, Craig Deviney.
Only their third trip to the line.
And Deviney misses, and that's a good thing for us. And Nix goes out, and And Taylor comes in.
I think Coach Holder he's going to try some combinations so he can get one that's going to work on offense.
Makes the second of two. 23-14. He's ready to shoot when he caught that ball, and that's what you like to see.
I thought his toe was on the line, but that's why we're...
Oh. And Adam gets caught in a pick.
Really the first open layup they've gotten.
And they almost didn't finish that. He didn't use the backboard on that.
He looked uncomfortable going in with the right hand.
Oh, Christian throws it away. Oh, not yet.
Oh, a nice save by the official.
Yep. Nice play by Adam. Gets his hand on it. He thought about it. Back out to Pat.
Slow it down. Reset your rifle.
That's the right play by the official earlier, by the way. Christian catching the ball, looking to shoot. Not quite. Had to hurry it a little bit. He had a guy coming out running after him.
He saw an opportunity to pull the ball out of the defender's hand, but he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, as Bill Hilgert likes to say.
And I'm sure everyone's pleased to see Christian looking for his shot more often. I mean, that would have been a good opportunity to give a head fake and drive. I think that's next.
Mike likes that hand check. You'll see when Mike plays.
Right.
He did it twice.
He uses his hands very well.
Ooh, I thought he shuffled his.
I did too, Hank. Good call.
You know, some officials will let you get away with that.
Uh-huh.
Some players, it really drives them crazy when they have that hand on there. I know I'd smack you if you touch that. Get your hand off my hip. Oh, nice straight.
Wow. 26-19.
Three-point basket by number 15, Ed Sauer.
Sauer's first point of the evening.
It's only a 7-point game. It was a 14-point game at halftime. It's back to 7. Dave McClain getting ready to check in. Adam, good decision on the no pass. And gives it to Taylor in the corner. Taylor's going to get it out to Pat at the top of the key. Christian looking to set a pick, backs off. Adam with the ball. Just good decision again. Dishes over to Pat in the corner. Let's give him help. Oh, that was off Pat. And Dave and Dane both check back in for Cartier and... Oh, and Taylor. I'm sorry, I didn't see Taylor go to the bench. And it's a 7-point game, 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Ooh. Yeah, it is. Well, right, he did touch it. I'm not sure he knocked it out of his hand, but maybe that's a good call. That's all right. Shaler showing a lot of patience. Nice turnaround. This is a different Shaler team coming out in this half.
Well, Davis has outscored the whole St. Clair team here in the third quarter. That's his third basket in the third quarter. And we only have 5 points.
Do you think we know he's left-handed? He's tough on Dane here.
From the beginning, I haven't liked our matchup on him. He's the strongest kid they've got, and we'll put. We've had either Dave or Nick on him.
It should be Adam or Dane, right?
I would think so.
Oh, there's another walk.
But I'm not going for my 200th win, so.
Good call. Again, referring to the fact that tonight could be Danny Holzer's 200th win.
I hope we didn't jinx him.
Yeah, it's a good point. Well, we've only scored 3 points this quarter. 54 seconds to play. It's 26-21. That 3 points was a 3-point shot by Christian Shea. Pat gets picked at the top of the key, and now he's stuck with a big guy. There's a terrible matchup down below, and they're not going to find him. Why they wouldn't look for that matchup? Look at, he goes out now. He's going way out for the ball. Now they're looking for one shot. 11 seconds to play. They better start to think about hurrying now. And Dane's going to probably.
Your score at the end of 3, Upper St. Clair 26, Shaler 21.
Hold on a second here, real quick. One of the things I've done, Hank, over the course of the season is given our fans out there an update on the Bucknell Bison. They're 13-0 in the Patriot League. Pat Flannery is now the winningest coach in Patriot League history.
Wow.
And they're going to be on this Saturday against Northern Iowa, 2 o'clock on ESPN, and the Bracket Buster Special that ESPN runs every February that brings mid-majors to play each other and gives mid-majors schools some a little more airtime than just being talked about
nice.
on St. Clair TV.
Wow. The Bucknell Bison.
Beat Holy Cross 57-52 up at Hart Center up in upstate New York this weekend. I'm sorry, up in New England this weekend. At any rate, that's all the props for Bucknell gets. It's the last time you guys will have to hear about them this season.
Well, we have 8 more minutes to play. 26-21, St. Clair in the lead. No foul trouble at all. St. Clair has 3 fouls this quarter, this half, and Shaler has none.
Very disappointing quarter of basketball for the Panthers. There was at least 3 turnovers via traveling calls that I can remember. Probably a couple more. One off of Pat's knee, and then one errant pass over here. So they had at least 6 turnovers that quarter.
Yeah, it's almost like they lulled us to sleep on purpose. Let's see what Danny comes up with this quarter. Well, how about a little 3-pointer? Is that Pat's third 3?
That's Pat's third 3, our 6th 3. 18 of our 29 points come from behind the arc.
Tommy, one of the better defensive players we have, gets a nice wide base and moves his feet side to side as well as anybody. Plays really tough. Good recovery. There's another 3 ball. That's Davini, I believe.
Yes, it is.
3-point basketball number 31, Frank Davini.
He has 9 points for Shaler. Davini fought through that pick without too much difficulty.
Pat looking to drive and dish to Christian. That's off. Did not hit the top. And what a great hang by Danny. Holzer is going nuts for a foul over there, and I hate to say it, Danny, but I don't think Pat got fouled. I think that was not the call to get upset with on that one. There's Tommy with the ball. Over to Pat.
I think on that last play, Christian thought he had the shot, because you could see just in his body language as he shot and he started drifting down court. It did look good.
Christian and Dave McLean, both very, very smooth shooters. They're just a little flick of the wrist, nice soft shot. Christian, there we go. That's what we like to see. And
nice job drawing the foul.
He creates the contact there for sure.
Because he really didn't. They didn't have to foul him on that play. I mean, they could have just played defense all along, and he gave him that little hip, created the contact.
Well, I think it's a good play. I personally don't like the call. That's just another one of my pet peeves about basketball these days is that the offensive player can create contact and gets that foul call, and it's just not right. But he makes his first. Again, if you're going to get away with it, you might as well do it, right?
Yep.
7-point lead for the Panthers, 31-24, 6 minutes to play. And 7 points is not as comfortable as we want it to be. Davini with the ball. No, that wasn't Davini with the ball. Anyway, I don't even know who these guys are at this point. It's all good head fake. Tommy stays with him. Dane comes way out. Good rebound, Tommy.
But Shaler looked like they were almost energized. They were setting picks.
I know. It's a different Shaler team. Yeah. I agree. That was a good rebound by Tommy. Good box out. Dane gets called for a carry.
I'm not sure that's a carry there. But
well, you know, I hate to say, I'm usually I try to be objective. I think he did when he crossed over. He held the ball sideways and took an extra step, kind of carried it through those two defenders.
I mean, that's one of those things. If you ever watch Allen Iverson dribble, right?
Right.
That's got to be a walk.
Yeah. There's a good call.
There's a makeup call, huh?
Yeah, because it might have been because he got the ball knocked out of his hands too when he was spinning. Tough calls, you know, that happens quickly, and you know. Christian with the ball. Dane thinks about it, pulls back out. Oh, tough D. Shaler just coming right up in his face. Dane's doesn't want to hear of it.
Basketball 23.
He was determined.
Yep. Dane has had just about enough of that, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, I think he saw they switched. They
Number 15, Ed Sauer,
thought he could out-quick Dane, but Dane's again not your average big man. He was quicker than Sauer anticipated, and he blew by him.
Yep.
And Dane wasn't going to be denied because he finally had somebody not 6'5" guarding him. He was going to go to the hoop.
It's funny because Sauer's one of their smaller guys, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
So Dane blew right by him. Dane has a great crossover dribble.
Kowski, I think, is in the game for the first time, and the way he handled the ball that time looked like it.
Actually, he did play a little bit in the first half. I remember, I remember a couple of real stiff plays that he made. 4.5 minutes to play. St. Clair with a 10-point lead, 34-24. Still no major foul issues. There's a nice power move, and
I thought he
they're going
got an extra step in there on his drive, and somebody from the crowd shouted out walk, but he'll go to the line.
Yep. He powered.
Second half for Davis.
Powered right into McShane on that one. Oh, they called it on Tommy. I thought that was Pat McShane that was guarding him there.
At the line is number 21, Matt Davis.
Matt Davis cuts the lead to 9. And cuts it to 8. It's still not enough to be comfortable, Hank. Pat bringing the ball down. They're forcing him to his left.
Hangs around.
Tommy with the ball over to Pat. Pat loves to drive, but that's a smart play. He's been jammed a couple of times tonight. There's Dave with the ball, thinking about it.
He's done a nice job.
Nice crossover.
Opportunities from three-point range tonight.
So one thing that St. Clair loves to do is to try to find that matchup where they can drive, take a guy one-on-one, and there's Dane. They're thinking that Dane is the guy to do it here. Just misses.
Nice drive, it rattled out. And let's not forget, this is a team that only lost to Charvel and Bethel Park by 2 points and 3 points respectively. So they can put together some good quarters.
Call that one on Tommy on the spin dribble. That's always a spot where you see a lot of fouls when somebody does a spin dribble.
Fouls on number 12, Tom Polashenko is second, team fifth. At the line is number 21, Matt Davis. Timeout, Shaler.
Tommy working real hard in there. I like the fact that he put Tommy in for that defensive role. That's a good move. It's making Matt Davis work real hard. But Davis looks like a pretty good foul shooter.
He's almost carrying them on his back this half. The times that he hasn't scored, the St. Clair defense has kind of collapsed around him and helped down. They've left other players open.
And again, it's a good time to thank Mike White for stepping in tonight on the camera.
It was a last-minute call. He got the call at about 5:15, and it hustled over here for us.
Really want to thank Karen Chesko also, as well as you, Hank, for the great job that you've done this year. And it's people don't appreciate how tough it is just to arrange to have a camera person here, and then I know you have to take the camera and the equipment home with you every night after the game and
get down there at 8 o'clock in the morning,
deliver,
drop it off, if
right.
Somebody else needs it the next day.
Yep. Plus, with that long commute you have to work, I don't know how you do it. seriously, that's a lot of work for you. So thank you.
And thank you for helping out. It's been a pleasure working with you this year, teaching me how to be a commentator. I'm just a rookie at this. Ooh, both of them rattle out. Nice rebound by Dane. Boxes man out on the blocks very nicely.
Very nice box out. Pat with the ball. Shaler continues to bring the defense way out. They're playing tough. They switch on picks here, and they're really putting pressure out there. I think we're going to get a 5-second call. We're going to get a 5-second call. Danny calling for something else here. See what he does. Oh, this looked like a hold for Tommy. Really spreading it out. Christian thinks about it. Back out to Tommy. About 2 minutes and 45 seconds. We're just taking our time here. 8-point lead. Dane going to take it in. He does get fouled there. That was a late call, but a good call.
Forced that shot up a little bit.
He did. He hung in the air nicely, though, and got somebody to give him a little whack on the hand.
At the line is number 23, Dane Conwell.
Dane takes no time to shoot a foul shot, that's for sure. 2 minutes and 39 seconds to play. 34-26 St. Clair. 35-26.
Well, with 5 fouls, now that's 5 fouls on us. They only have 3, so they're not even in a position where they can start fouling to get.
They better start thinking about it right now. How about it?
Well, the Panthers will pretty much have 4th place. I think tied for 3rd or 4th in the section, so they will be going to the Woodville playoffs. The seedings and the pairings will be coming out later this week.
I thought I heard someone say they come out tomorrow. Do you know?
Tomorrow?
I don't know.
I know it's sometime this week. It could be as early as tomorrow.
They'll all be at neutral sites. Is that right?
That's correct. So we don't get any home games, unlike football, where the first 2 rounds the top seeds get home games. They do play the basketball games on all neutral sites.
I read something the other day about how difficult it is for them to organize the playoffs and then the championships, and I think something's going on at Duquesne the weekend of the finals, and they thought about moving the finals. And
well, part of the problem, part of the difficulty, I know we ran into this in football, is that teams that are still in the playoffs have a hard time hosting other teams.
Right.
So until halfway through the season, who's not in. But typically the bigger and better schools have the nicer facilities. You want them at venues. You don't want to put St. Clair, playing a home game in Mount Lebanon.
Right.
It's almost like a home game.
Yeah, you always have finding neutral sites is tough. I agree. And gym space is such a premium at all these schools. There's a long shot by Davini, and somebody wants an over-the-back call by the tall, skinny guy, and they didn't get it. Oh, and Dave decides to fire one in there, and 2 minutes to play, and back to 10 points. Down to 2 minutes.
That's confidence in your shot when you take that point.
Yeah, that's right.
The last several times down, the Panthers have had possession. They've been very, very patient, willing to kill some clock. Dave took that shot right away.
Well, I think that's also the advantage of the push, I think, Hank, that didn't give Shaler a chance to set up. I don't know if Danny told them the last time to hold the ball, but they didn't. A minute 45, 10-point lead for the Panthers in this last home game of the season. Very sparse crowd. There's probably not 50 people here from Shaler, at least on this side, even if they are from Shaler.
They're probably home watching the Winter Olympics. I think there was skeleton finals were on the line. That always keeps people.
Yeah, that's right. Good call. Yeah, that's right. The luge. Almost looks like we have some scouts here from maybe a playoff team or something that anticipates playing.
3 guys that look like coaches stuffing the UST program into their briefcase and making notes on legal pads. I'd say, yeah, I think you're right. Good call, Hank.
That means somebody might have an idea that they're going to get St. Clair in the first round. I don't know how they would know that. Nor
do I.
Inbound. Pat playing good tight defense. And we come away with a steal. Good quickness by Dave. Pardon me?
I was trying to predict what they would do, which was take a three, crash the board. I mean, they need to get points. They scored 9 points in the whole first half. They need 10 points in the next minute 30. They got to start. They got to do something. They got to start shooting. They've made a nice job of stealing that ball, and then I thought that Miller did a nice job pressuring him. Well, another.
And that's a nice steal. Boy, they came in with a serious double team on Dana. It's something we have to be ready for this late in the game. You got to be ready for that full court pressure.
You think with our ball handlers and our athleticism, we wouldn't have trouble breaking that press.
But if you all of a sudden have a 3-2 zone press clamping down on you and you've got no help, everybody, if you noticed our inbounds play there, everyone ran up court except for Dave and Pat, and they were left 3 against 2, and
a long all three of those guys have those long arms.
Right. So good for Danny. Smart. I think Danny called that timeout, and he's gonna have an answer for that, I'm sure. I always have to wonder why Shaler wouldn't have done a little bit more of this in the first half instead of taking that beating. 23-9 we were up at the end of the first half. Pat with the ball. He's looking for the trap. He dribbles away from the trap.
I think if you're Shaler here, you have to be more aggressive and go for the steal.
That's not over and back. That's a good no call. And a nice pass into Christian and a good finish. Back to a 10-point lead, 1 minute and 10 seconds to play. Dan.
Christian in the double figures for him, right?
Good. No foul. Shaler player goes down. DeVinny couldn't finish. And there's another double team. Danny calls another timeout. He thinks.
They had Pat trapped on the baseline.
And Danny figures he'd use.
Knock somebody over.
I have to believe that's our last timeout. That's 3 quick ones we've called in a matter of minutes.
10 points with 49.5 to go. I think that's a tall order for Shaler at this point.
Well, they're going to have to send us to the foul line. They only have 14 fouls.
They have to commit 3 more just to start sending us to the line.
You have to believe that's going to take at least 10 seconds. So, see what happens.
I just don't see them scoring 10 points.
No, good point.
Unless the entire Panther bench goes ballistic and we get 5 technicals in the next 49.5 seconds.
I don't know if you noticed, but the one kid on Shaler jumped up and wanted back court when Pat brought the ball up court. Now Pat, his foot went over the line, but until everything goes over the line, you can't have over and back. You have to have your entire body, both feet, the ball has to all go over that line. So he just stepped on it and he stepped back again, no big deal. Oh, great pressure by Shaler, and it looked to me like he might have had that ball. That was a quick whistle. The guy called.
His toe was on the line when he went out to try to save.
Let's assume that's what happened. Tommy taking the ball in.
The official was right on it very quickly. He called it without any hesitation.
A lot of good movement for St. Clair getting the ball in there. And
first foul took 5 seconds. A little bit of the crowd wanting an intentional, and
it didn't look that bad to me, but they might have seen something that we didn't.
He had every intention to foul. I guess it's a flagrant foul, not intentional, where you get the double-crossed hands and get 2 shots. But
right.
At this point, everybody in the gym knows they're going to be fouling.
Now that's a good foul right there, because no time ticks off when that happens. Should have fouled him by now.
You were 0.2 seconds off, Hank. You said it would take 10 seconds. It took 9.8.
Well, there you have it.
Number 13,
Still a 10-point lead, 10 seconds later, right?
They need to make the
At
front
the
end
line is
there.
number 10, Pat McShane.
Everyone on St. Clair dropping back into defense.
Pat,
Nice
beautiful,
rotation.
beautiful foul shot. Smooth as can be. Misses the second.
Face pass.
Yep, the old off the face pass. Now they're sure taking a lot of time. There's a long one. Nice follow. Too little, too late though. 22 seconds. It's a 9-point lead, and Dane goes hard to the hoop.
You got away with a little push there before the layup. You should just do 1 and 1. Yeah, that's one of those that could be considered dangerous when you just.
I would maybe we would have called intentional on that.
First, team 8.
I don't think
At
he
line
made any
number
attempt at the
23,
ball.
Dane Conwell.
And Pat goes to the bench. And in comes JT Pion.
What will be the last home game for JT?
Right, JT and Tommy Pacheco. Good to see JT's always been the crowd favorite. Don't know what the issue is here, the holdup, but anyway, at least
Can't go to the review booth.
JT had a real nice game on senior night, if you recall, Hank. That was one of those equipment issues that not sure if you'll get to see that game or not, but our commentary, only one of us had the mic that worked. And here we are, 11-point lead, 18 seconds to go, and there won't be much happening here. Christian just trying to stop the penetration. Shot by DeVinny. Second shot, it's up and good.
Basket number 31, Frank DeVinny.
Oh, too bad. Good try.
Basket number 23, Dane Conwell. And final score, Upper St. Clair 45, Shaler 34.
And JT almost had a chance for a layup there. He made a great save and popped it into Dane.
He gets the assist.
That's right. Good job.
Wrapping up real quick, leading scorers for St. Clair. Conwell
Ladies
had
and gentlemen,
10,
tonight's
and Christian
victory
Shea had
was
10
number
as well.
200 for Upper St. Clair head
And then
coach
on the
Danny Mosley.
Shaler side, Matt Davis.
So a nice round of applause for Coach Mosley reaching this milestone of 200
effort by both
victories.
clubs, 45-34. Shaler hung in there after the first half. We thought it was going to be a boring blowout, but give them credit for fighting back in the third quarter, clamping down on defense. And St. Clair's athleticism just, I think, rose to the top in the fourth quarter. We made some shots when we needed to, and they couldn't get the ball to drop in the last quarter.
I agree, and once again, Hank, it's been great working with you. And let's keep our fingers crossed and have a great run through the playoffs.
All right, good night. Take care.
Okay, good night.